close links between the north of Ireland and the southern states of the US date back to the late 17th century. To reinforce these ties, a delegation from the north recently visited the states of Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee. Here are some highlights. From the Stone Mountain Highland Games in Georgia, to the Andrew Jackson Estate in Tennessee, to the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. The links between the north of Ireland and the southern states of the US, which go back centuries, are still evident today. To celebrate and reinforce these connections, a group of ambassadors, experts in food, music, history and genealogy, came stateside for a special tour of the South organised by Tourism Ireland.
We're basically on a four-city roadshow with a number of our colleagues and ambassadors from Northern Ireland. We're trying to connect people in the southern states who have Scots-Irish ancestry with the country, with the people, through family history, through food, through music. So we started in Atlanta. We'd spent the weekend at the Stone Mountain Highland Games, where it was just a fantastic level of interest. People are just so interested in exploring where their ancestors came from. We then went up to North Carolina and spent time in Charlotte, meeting with a lot of people of Irish and Scots-Irish backgrounds. And then we finished up in Nashville, Tennessee, where Belfast is the sister city of Nashville. We went to the home of Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States. He was first-generation American. Over in County Tyrone. We had a fantastic time there, engaging with academics, engaging with the media, and we felt very much at home there.
During the course of the 6-day trip, numerous events were held in various locations, including a lunch and reception at the Westin Hotel in Charlotte, North Carolina. Here the group from the north of Ireland had an opportunity to meet locals of Irish and Scots-Irish heritage.
It was so great to meet all these people from Northern Ireland because they're so expert in the things that really matter to a lot of our readers: genealogy, food, and of course the music. It was great seeing the Tourism Ireland people here because it's almost like they came to a kindred place. There are so many people here who are of Irish and Scots-Irish descent. Even the music is redolent of what you hear in the North Carolina hills.
One of the highlights of the trip was a visit to the Hermitage, the sprawling estate of Andrew Jackson, located a few miles outside Nashville, Tennessee. The 7th President of the United States was born in 1767, just 2 years after his parents and 2 older brothers emigrated from Carrickfergus in Northern Ireland.
Scots-Irish big exodus was from 1730 onwards. By the time of the Revolution, 1775, they were the second biggest ethnic group in America. So it's not surprising that they had such an impact on the growth of America. And Andrew Jackson here was the 7th President of the United States. And in fact, he was the first Irish American president. Many people think it was Kennedy, but it was Andrew Jackson a long time before that. And he had 2 terms in office, and very popular. And really, he started the Democratic Party in America. The house itself is superb and has a beautiful art collection. But like the man himself, nothing excessive or nothing over the top in terms of decoration, that kind of thing. Of course, Jackson, although he's very prominent, was only one of 17 presidents of Ulster origin. And it's terrific to come here and walk amongst the woods and cabins that were his, and feel that strong connection with home in a sense too.
The Scots-Irish, or Ulster Scots, have contributed to many aspects of American life, from politics to industry. They also have had a major cultural impact, in particular in the development of country and bluegrass music. The father of bluegrass, Bill Monroe, and well-known performers such as Dolly Parton and Crystal Gayle all have roots in Northern Ireland.
The musical connections between the southern states and Ireland would go back I'm pretty sure to the 1600s, when the very first emigration started with the Scots who came to the north of Ireland. They left Northern Ireland, then they came to America, down the Appalachians, into the Carolinas, and on the way they brought their music with them, and it all came into a huge melting pot. But the overwhelming influence was that Irish, Scottish music that came over so early, and that's turned into bluegrass and gave us the tradition that we still enjoy today.